Nvidia's fight with its AI competitors is kind of like a modern-day David versus Goliath story. Except in this story, Goliath keeps winning and just keeps getting bigger and stronger every day. But how did it get so big in the first place? And how has it managed to stay on top as the AI leader despite all the rapid changes and huge investments in the industry? And what about the future? Will Nvidia continue to dominate? Or are there emerging trends and new players on the horizon that could challenge their supremacy? All these questions and more will be answered in today's video. But before we jump in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated on the latest tech and finance insights. It really helps out our channel and only takes a second. Enough with the spiel. Let's dive into how Nvidia's AI dominance began and what's next for this tech giant. Picture this. It's the late 1980s. Personal computers are becoming mainstream, but graphics are still blocky and primitive. Gaming consoles like the Nintendo Entertainment System are all the rage, but they're light years away from the photorealistic games we have today. Jensen Huang, Chris Malachowski, and Curtis Preem. These three engineers saw the potential for dedicated graphics processors that could revolutionize computer graphics. In 1993, they founded Nvidia with a simple yet audacious goal: to push the boundaries of visual computing. But here's the million-dollar question. How did a company focused on making better graphics for gamers end up dominating the AI chip market? Well, folks, that's where the roadmap really begins. By the 2000s, the tech world was buzzing with potential, but AI is still a distant dream for most. In this landscape, Nvidia is making waves, but not for the reasons you might think. Nvidia started getting attention for its graphics cards, powering the next generation of video games and 3D rendering. But little did the world know, this was just the beginning of their journey to tech supremacy. Fast forward to 2007. The tech world is changing rapidly, and Nvidia sees an opportunity. They launched a software platform called CUDA. Now you might be thinking, what's the big deal about some software? Well, buckle up, because this is where our story really takes off. CUDA was like a universal translator for Nvidia's GPUs. Suddenly, these powerful chips could do more than just render graphics. They could crunch numbers for cryptocurrency, run complex simulations, and most importantly, power the nascent field of artificial intelligence. But here's the million-dollar question. How did this software transform Nvidia from a gaming company to the kingpin of AI? Stay tuned to find out. As AI research exploded in the 2010s, something incredible happened. Researchers discovered that the same chips powering your favorite video games were perfect for training AI models. And guess who was perfectly positioned to capitalize on this? You got it, Nvidia. But Nvidia didn't just sit back and watch. They dove headfirst into this new world, expanding CUDA and creating a vast ecosystem of AI-focused software tools. It was like they were building a fortress, brick by brick, safeguarding their position in this new AI gold rush. Now, you might be thinking, surely the tech giants wouldn't just sit back and let Nvidia dominate, right? And you'd be correct. As AI became the hottest thing in tech, everyone wanted a piece of the pie. The biggest names in tech threw their hats into the ring. Google developed its TPUs, Amazon created Trainium, and even Intel and AMD, the longtime rivals in the CPU world, set their sights on AI chips. But here's the kicker. Despite all these efforts, Nvidia's market share in AI chips remains at a staggering 90%. How is this possible? What kind of digital alchemy is Nvidia performing to maintain this iron grip on the market? To understand Nvidia's seemingly unassailable position, we need to talk about something called a walled garden. No, I'm not talking about actual horticulture here. In the tech world, a walled garden is an ecosystem that's easy to enter, but hard to leave. Think Apple's iOS and product ecosystem, or Google's Android. Nvidia has built something similar, but for AI developers. Remember CUDA? It's not just a tool anymore. It's the foundation of a vast ecosystem with over 300 code libraries, 600 AI models, and support for 3,700 GPU-accelerated applications. That's not just a walled garden, it's a walled fortress. But surely, with so much money at stake, someone must be able to challenge Nvidia, right? Well, that brings us to the heart of our story. The tough situation Nvidia's competitors face. Imagine you're a startup, or even a tech giant wanting to compete with Nvidia. You might be able to create a chip that's just as powerful, maybe even more so. But here's the problem. All those developers, all those AI models, all that software, it's all built to work with Nvidia's ecosystem. Switching away from Nvidia isn't just difficult, it's like trying to move an entire city overnight. The cost, the time, the effort, it's a Herculean task that few are willing to undertake. So, what does Nvidia get out of all this walled garden thing? Well, how does being one of the most valuable companies in the world sound? Nvidia's dominance in AI chips has catapulted it into the stratosphere of tech valuations. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap with no signs of slowing down. This inconvenience of having to bypass the ecosystem created by Nvidia for using its chips gives them a huge advantage, which is evident both in their market share, around 90%, and in their huge market capitalization. The company's market capitalization has grown commensurately with its stock price. As of September 2023, Nvidia's market cap exceeded $1 trillion, making it one of the most valuable companies in the world, alongside tech giants like Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, and Amazon. Despite its meteoric rise, analysts remain bullish, stating that past performance doesn't guarantee future results. But Nvidia's current momentum and market position could indicate that it's well on its way to becoming the most valuable stocks in the world. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great for Nvidia, but surely there must be some challenges on the horizon. And you'd be right to ask that. The tech world is rallying. Open source alternatives to CUDA are being developed. Startups are raising hundreds of millions to create competing chips. Even Nvidia's own customers, like Microsoft and Meta, are exploring alternatives. But here's where Nvidia's genius really shines. They're not resting on their laurels. CEO Jensen Huang is massively investing in R&D to make the next generation of Nvidia chips faster, more efficient, and more cost-effective. It's like Nvidia is running a race, but instead of looking back at their competitors, they're constantly pushing themselves to go faster. So, where does this leave us? Is Nvidia's dominance a sure thing? Or are we on the cusp of a major shift in the AI chip market? The truth is, only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Nvidia's story is far from over. They've built more than just a chip company. They've created an entire ecosystem, a platform that powers the AI revolution. And here's a mind-bending thought. As AI becomes more advanced, it'll become harder and harder to compete with Nvidia's infrastructure and R&D budgets. As we wrap up this journey through Nvidia's rise to AI dominance, let us know what you think. Is Nvidia's position unassailable, or do you see a challenger on the horizon? One thing's for sure, we'll be here to break it all down for you. So if you enjoyed this deep dive into Nvidia's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth looks at the companies shaping our technological future. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We've got plenty more deep dives into the world of tech and finance coming your way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.